Hi, I'm Dave Gripe with CTC, and I'm here today to talk about our mounting hardware options, specifically epoxy set mounting pads. We offer several kinds of mounting pads, as you can see. Our standard, most popular version is for a quarter 28 mounting option. It would have a quarter 28 tapped hole. The most popular one is our 1-inch. It has a 1-inch diameter with a quarter 28, what they call a blind hole. It's not tapped all the way through. On the side, we have an epoxy ring catch to provide extra strength when mounting it with epoxy. And on the bottom, we have a spiral groove so that when you're tightening your sensor down on the epoxy, you don't actually loosen it or twist it. The spiral groove prevents that. Concentric circles can allow a pad to twist, but the spiral simply keeps it locked in place. All of our tapped hole mounting pads come with a cap cover. In case you need to use them as a temporary mounting place, you can put the cap cover on to prevent grease and dirt from getting into the tapped hole. Same idea in the MH130-3A. This is a quarter 28 tapped hole on an 1.25 inch diameter sensor. This is good for larger sensors and still has the spiral groove in the bottom and the quarter 28 tapped hole and the cap cover. We also offer a 1-inch diameter pad with a through hole. This allows you to either use the epoxy as standard, still has the epoxy surface on the bottom, but to also provide a mechanical lock by putting a stud into the machine and then into the pad. It also can help provide continuity should you need to be grounding your sensor at the machine. Once again, quarter 28 tapped hole all the way through. It's a little bit taller so that when you do use a stud to mount it, you actually will not bottom out against the stud when you're trying to mount your sensor. We have another size for our small sensors. We offer the 3/4 inch diameter. Means that you can mount the sensors in a tighter spot. Same features, quarter 28 blind hole with the spiral groove on the bottom and the very small epoxy catch along the side. For our international customers, we offer the same pad as the MH131A and an MH136A with an M6 tapped hole. If you've purchased CTC M/sensors, they come with an M6 bolt or mounting stud. This allows you to use a mounting pad with those sensors. Another style we have is our MH101-1B. This has a quarter 28 integral stud. Certain situations will require a sensor that has a tapped hole rather than a integral stud. This allows you to mount the sensor with the tapped hole in the same way that you would mount the sensor with the integral stud to one of our MH130 series. For that situation I mentioned earlier where you may need to drill and tap in order to provide continuity with the surface, we also offer the MH138-1B, and on this you can see it's got a stud on both sides. Therefore you can drill and tap a hole into the bearing to be monitored and then tighten this down and then tighten your sensor down on top of this. And last but not least of our flat mounting pads is our MH133-1A. This is specifically made for route data collection. Still has the spiral groove on the bottom, but if you're collecting data with a magnet and want to just have a known spot where you can collect your data all the time, many analysts will mount these all over in wherever they need to collect data on the machine. And those are our standard mounting options for CTC, Connection Technology Center, Connect to Confidence. www.ctconline.com. Thank you.